hours between 3 p.m. and bedtime are absolute chaos. If you're answering emails while cooking dinner, half listening to your kids, and mentally still at work, you're failing at both. And that's not because you're incapable. Look at you doing 5 things all at once right now. That is incredibly capable. It's because your business isn't designed to let you leave. Welcome back to the Moxie Movement. Stoked to have you here. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you are having a fabulous week and you are taking a little moment every now and then to spot the positives. I know it can be really easy when you're constantly on looking for solutions for your family and your business that you get dragged into looking at all the things that aren't working so well or are a little bit lacking instead of the things that are just going really well. Remember, both things can be true. There can be things that are fabulous and need improving and things that are going really well. And for me, that's been the key to both building a business and a life that I love and still wanting to move forward, progress and get better. I don't want to stop being ambitious. I love being ambitious. I love growing. I love doing things. A past version of me, a past version of you would look at where we are right now and be like, damn girl, you're killing it. And we forget that. Even just 38-year-old Sarah 6 years ago, she'd be like, I cannot believe that you've managed to get where you said you were going to go. You know when you say things out loud and you think, I really want that, but you probably don't inside really believe it's possible? We've all done that. There are some things that you are doing, experiencing, having in your life right now that a younger version of you was like, oh, that's just a dream. I would just love to have that. So remember, for some part of you, you are right where you desperately wanted to be not that long ago. And yes, there is still more for you. There is still more for your family. And we're not going to let go of that. Just remind yourself to stop and pause and love the things that are working well. Just like I still feel like my office isn't the way I want it, but painting is on the wall and it has not fallen down in quite a number of days. So we have improved some things around here, just incrementally, and I want you to look at your life and your business like that as well. I've been talking lots about this done by 3 model. And I think sometimes people roll their eyes a little bit. They're like, yeah, Sarah, after school care is a thing, or my kids are still at daycare. It doesn't matter if I want to be done by 3. And I think people think if you want to be done by 3, you want to work in these tight hours, that means you're not ambitious or your business isn't getting any growth. It's just stagnant and sitting there. It means that you don't want to take responsibility for the business that you want to build. And none of those things are true. If you want to be done by 3, it's because you acknowledge that you have chosen a life that involves you both being a parent and a business owner. And that is a completely and utterly valid life choice to do both of those things. They are both incredibly rewarding journeys to go on. Challenging at times, I will give you that, and incredibly rewarding, and I love it. I really enjoy it. That doesn't mean there hasn't been times and seasons that have been super challenging because of the way I was doing things. When we talk about done by 3, what it means is that your thinking is done before school pickup. It means that all of the intellectual game of business is done before you have to be in the beautiful chaos, the energizing chaos of school pickups and after school sports and singing lessons and drama lessons and whatever your kids are into, wherever you're going, you're probably going in a million different directions. You want to have done all your deep thinking before then. Because if you're still trying to think while all of that's going on, both are going to be half-assed. And you are not a half-assed kind of girl. You want to give everything your all. And by trying to do both full on at the same time, it's sucking the life out of you. It's why you don't have enough energy left at the end of the day. You want to make sure your business decisions are made before your nervous system has to deal with dinner and homework and exhaustion, yours and the kids, so that you can be present where you are and not split in 2. Half of you being present with the family and the brain half of you still trying to finish that project that you're working on in the business. Split attention like this is why you feel guilty everywhere. Because it's not that you're not doing the things. It's not that you're not doing school pickup or not getting to the sports games or not playing the games with the kids or colouring, it's because you're physically there but mentally somewhere else. Split attention is why you feel guilt everywhere. It's not that you're not there, it's that you're not fully there. You're running or attempting to run 2 full-time roles at the same time. Between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m, when hopefully most of your kids are in bed, you are the primary parent, which means you're the one that's managing all the homework, the schedules, the clean clothes, the uniforms for everything, and you're also probably the household manager. You're probably the person that has to think about, is everybody fed? Do we have everyone's favourite cereal? Birthday's coming up, we should put some money aside for that. And on top of those 2 reasonably heavy thinking and physical tasks, roles that you play, you're also the emotional regulator for everyone in your household, which is by far and away the most energy draining thing you'll do if you are not fully present in the moment. You have to be all there to do that. I know when I'm thinking about something else and my daughter needs me to help her regulate, I am far more likely to be snappy or irritable or short or default to some of the things that I heard in my childhood that I didn't want to do for her if I'm trying to split my attention and both think about business and be physically present with her. If you're doing the primary parenting, the household managing, and the emotionally regulator, and then in your head still trying to be a business owner, then that overlap is what's causing the exhaustion, the tiredness. That's a total energy suck. The energy required to constantly flip between those roles is part of the problem. And so, I talk about time management, but really that's shorthand for how are we managing out. You and I have got limited energy every day. When we try and do multiple things, we split our focus, we suck our energy faster. The fix isn't better time management, it's clear role separation. The school run strategy, the done by 3 business model, has some key parts to it that put some boundaries into this that make the role separation much, much easier. You can use the 3 p.m. pickup, or it might be for you that the kids catch a bus home so you've got till 3:30 or 4 o'clock, or it might be that you do drop off in the morning and so you get to work until 5 o'clock because your partner's doing the afternoon stuff. But whatever it is, we are using that time as a hard stop. We're setting a hard stop rule in our school run strategy. We don't fade out of work. We don't gently kind of, I'm still like taking phone calls and doing emails while I'm waiting for the kids to come out of school. When you stop at 3, it's a hard stop. It's a clock out. I spent 10 minutes shutting everything down on my computer, resetting my desk and off, and then when I walked out the door, I turned off from the business and on to my next role in parenting. I had this conversation with Ruby today. She's like, oh my God, my life has got so much better. I deleted all the social media apps off my phone, but now I've replaced it with checking my 2 email inboxes. I can fix that one too. Delete those off your phone too. And so there's no inbox quick. We're not looking for junky dopamine, good friend, mentor, he calls it junkamine. We want good quality dopamine, and good quality dopamine happens hanging out with your kids when you pick them up from school. It's having a laugh, it's putting some music on, it's enjoying watching them run around on the sports ground or doing that thing at the swimming lesson that they couldn't do last week. Like, that's a proper dopamine fix, right? So no inbox quick checks after this hard stop. We're stopped. Nobody's allowed to call you after this time. If there's a fire, call the fire brigade. I'm not it. And definitely 100% no decision making after 3 p.m. or whatever your hard stop time is. No decision making, because your brain's already on doing other things, and decision making wants fresh brains. It wants your decision making muscle to be at its freshest, easiest. 3 p.m. is like after 100 burpees or 100 Pilates, whatever moves you do in Pilates. I don't do Pilates. That's how your brain feels at 3 p.m. So no decision making now, okay? The biggest decision making you want to decide now is whether you're getting the kids an ice cream after school or some strawberries. That's what we're using our brain for. And we don't want to make any decisions after 3 p.m. because decision fatigue, which is that sensation of, I'll just make the easier decision, plus parenting at the same time, definitely is going to end up in bad calls in your business and ultimately resentment, because you're going to be like, oh, I only made that bad decision because I was trying to do this with the kids or trying to do that at home. We want to instigate this hard stop, 3 p.m. If your kids are in mainstream school, that's going to work super well for you. Otherwise, figure out another way to create that hard stop. But don't fade out of work. Clock out. The second thing is we are making sure we're scheduling those power blocks hard up at the start of the day. Once the kids are dropped off and you've got spaciousness and clear air from, say, 9 o'clock until 11 a.m., you want to keep this block for money decisions. You want to keep this for team direction, employee meetings, sales follow-up. But like, if you've got people that you need to call, you need to text, you need to have meetings with about sales, this is your time block for that. This is where we're doing any planning work. We do not, in this time, do any reacting. That means you're not opening your inbox. No emails here either. That means you're not checking in on social media. This is a clear focus time for deliberately being proactive or planning to be proactive, not reacting to things. This is not admin, this is not emails, this is not busy work that feels productive but truly isn't. This block here, so right after the school drop-off has happened, where you're clear and focused and ready to get into things, first coffee kind of vibes, if it matters, it happens here in this power block, right after school drop-off. So that pre-9 o'clock, you're present with the family and the kids. First coffee and into it. Thirdly, I want to make sure you've got some sort of midday buffer. This one here, super, super important. This changes everything. We have 2 kinds of buffers: firefighting buffers and interruption buffers. Most of us women know that we've only got this tight period of time to work, and so between 9 and 3 we jam it with lots and lots of things, and then at the end of the week beat ourselves up because we've not done it all, because we've planned for the week to go perfectly with nothing going wrong, and so therefore we planned for nothing to go wrong. And I've never had that week happen. I don't know about you, 20 years in business, never had a week go 100% perfectly to plan. Always little things happen. Like last week was a perfect example. Planned for everything, gave myself a little bit of white space, probably not enough, and I had tech glitch after tech glitch. I had an iPad that decided the screen was going to flicker so it wouldn't work. I had power cuts and internet go down. I had another piece of technology that I use all the time, want to do an update right at the wrong time. If I hadn't had buffer in my week, that would have completely derailed everything I wanted to do. But instead, if we leave some white space in our week, if we build some margin into everything that we're doing and expect things to take a little bit longer than planned, this buffer is going to stop you feeling like you're always running late. It's going to stop you from skipping lunch because you need food for your brain just as much as the kids do. You wouldn't send them off to school without lunch. Don't let yourself not have lunch. And this also, by having this buffer, means that you've got time to do work instead of going, oh my God, I didn't get this done today, and dragging it into family time and trying to do it, while the kids are in the bath or while the kids are doing their homework, thinking you'll do your leftover business tasks. That doesn't work like that, because while they're doing homework, they've got questions, they need support, or there's probably dinner to cook, etc. No new starts after 2 o'clock is the 4th rule. What does that mean? We don't start anything new. Once we hit 2 o'clock, you don't open a new project, you don't open a new email, you don't tackle a new problem, you don't do a new task. And definitely no new conversations that require thinking. So those, can I just have a minute of your time from one of your employees that happens at 2:15, needs to be parked until tomorrow morning, or another time when you can have a one-to-one meeting with them. Why? Because anything you start after 2 p.m. is 100% following you home, because it's not going to get finished. You're not going to close it out in the last 30 to 45 minutes that you've got left of your workday. So no new tasks, no new conversations, no new problems after 2 o'clock. Open it, look at it, bring it to me tomorrow if it's after 2 o'clock. I'm setting the rules that I'm not going to end up taking that thinking home with me when I leave at 3. Here's the thing, you're not bad at being present. You're just trying to do 2 jobs at once, and neither of them deserve. When your business is contained, the kids get you. The work gets better decisions, and evenings, they start to feel lighter instead of something you have to rush through to get back to work. You're not bad at being present. You're just trying to do 2 jobs at once, and neither of them deserve that. When your business gets contained, the kids get you, the business gets better decisions, and your evenings feel lighter and less rushed. If your business is bleeding into the parenting, the family time, then let's start with just one hard stop day this week. Don't try and do it all every day of the week this year, because a bit like fad diets and New Year's resolutions, you'll do it for a little bit and then you'll fall off and you'll feel like you failed. We don't want that. So this week, just pick one hard stop day, just one, and make sure that 3 p.m. is hard stop, close the door, clock out. And before you hit that hard stop, you've probably got a whole lot of things in your brain. So think about 30 minutes before that, taking the time to grab a pen and paper or on your notes app and write the tomorrow list before you log out and leave it at work. And that way, when you leave, your brain can rest from the business stuff and be mum, partner, greatest cheerleader at sports games, whatever it is you're going to do after 3 o'clock. I'm not getting you to build the perfect business. I do want you to have a contained business so that you can be both that present parent and an ambitious business owner. They are both absolutely possible to do. You just need the structure that's right around those. 3 is not a dream. It's a business design choice. And it's exactly what we build inside the Done by 3 Club. It's so the business works with your life and not against it. So try one hard stop this week and see what happens. And if this is something you want, head on over to my Instagram, Sarah Brenner Coach, and DM me the word Done by 3 so that you can step into the room where this is normal, not just aspirational. Till next time, be done by 3 and stay Moxie.